Leo, welcome to your November 2021 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. The heart of the matter is the Three of Swords, which you can see. It's a card that there can be some kind of feeling of rejection, feeling unwanted. Doesn't have to be relationship related, can be if you were really having your heart set on a certain promotion or some kind of award, something that gave you, or like a bonus, a raise, that kind of thing, and you were told that you're not going to get it, then that can feel sometimes like you are not appreciated, and that can be something that is upsetting, disappointing, but especially more than just plain old disappointment. It can be this sense of somehow feeling like rejected, almost like you're taking it personally. Certainly in personal relationships, this card can come up. And it also, whenever you see the three, there can be three parties involved. So if you are with someone else and you find out that they are with someone else, or any of those possible configurations, that can certainly be upsetting. And, part of the heartache, if you look at it that way, with that card is that you can feel as if you're second best. Leo loves to shine. Leo has a healthy ego and that sense of pride of, like, you're being treated well, and you don't want to not be treated well. So that could be informing your reaction, because even like a work situation, like, I deserve better than this, can come through your head. In the past position, we have the Eight of Wands in the reversed position. Now, in the upright position, the Eight of Wands is a card of like go, go, go. And sometimes it can be after I feel like, especially after there has been some kind of lull in the action and then you're going forward. But in the reverse position, I read it like it's very hard to get going. So maybe you're somebody who wants love, but you're stuck in some emotions that are very difficult and heavy, that relate to past treatment, and so it's very hard for you to move on. Um, I also think that in some cases, if you have gotten involved like in a lover's triangle and you find yourself with someone who has another partner, or a primary partner, maybe you didn't know about it at the time, then the Eight of Wands in reverse can be that you rushed things, that you were too hasty. Maybe you had physical relationship with this person right off of the bat, and you didn't consider, hey, I don't know about this person's character. I don't know if what they tell me is the truth, or maybe you never even like really asked too much about their background at all. And now you're kind of filling in the blanks, and it's upsetting because you don't want that in your life. But you kind of jumped the gun. You did something rashly, because maybe that person turned you on and you just were in the moment, but in retrospect, you didn't really like think before you acted, and perhaps in some cases you might be feeling like you have feelings for this person and don't feel like it's mutual, and that's upsetting. So okay, now why am I picking um oh, this is the challenge. I've been getting this card over and over and over again, the Nine of Pentacles, which in the upright position is all about financial independence. So what that means in like getting passed over for a promotion might be that you need to, or you are thinking about working for yourself, because if you this I remember reading this somewhere that when you work for somebody else, you do have like a guaranteed income every week or every 2 weeks or whatever however often you get paid, but it's just that amount. It's like a finite amount. Yes, you can ask for a raise and you might even get it, but it's not something that happens all the time. When you work for yourself, it's like the sky's the limit. You can say, okay, how can I increase this money? Maybe I'll do this additional thing. Maybe I'll try this, that. And there's much more of um, a feeling of autonomy. Yes, like I said, sometimes it can be really a test, because if you're not, if you have a bad month, if you're only making a fraction of what you made the month before, you may feel like, oh my God, what's going on here? And then you might have a great month, and it's kind of like erratic, or sometimes it can be unpredictable. And that's why people, I think, tend to have multiple income streams, so that when one thing is not working, they can go to another thing and still get, some semblance of a steady flow in their income. But this may be saying, you're not, and it's, isn't it interesting? They're showing her picking these coins, because that's what pentacles are, from trees. You know how they say money doesn't grow on trees? Well, there it is. And that's a lot of times they talk about that with the law of attraction, like, these tapes that say, oh, you can't do this, money doesn't grow on trees. And there being that counter to that statement saying, well, actually, that might literally not be true, but figuratively, we can experience growth. And with the Nine of Pentacles, self-reliance with money, because that can lead to manipulation if you're working for somebody else, and if they are not operating at the highest level, they can be like, oh, maybe I'll try to do this, like kind of being sitting there um, doing those kinds of manipulations to get a certain response, instead of being the kind of person who appreciates that everybody wants to feel like they're progressing, like they're not stagnating. But there are some people who are in positions of authority where they don't want to give an inch, because they're afraid that that will make them look weak, and they want to be the one who is controlling all of it. And they think that you'll be hungrier or more compliant if you have this carrot that is being dangled in front of you. And so sometimes that's why people say, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do it myself, or whatever. What's coming in is the Seven of Swords, and this is in this context, and also you can see in the picture, it's like making your getaway. And it looks like it's at night, even though that looks like the sun. There's like a sense that the moon's light is shining a light, and that's another one of the potential interpretations of the Seven of Swords, that there's something shady going on. So if this is a personal relationship situation, it is possible that you are trusting in somebody who has no intention of living up to their promises. So they may be telling you, oh, yeah, I'm going to um, I'm going to leave my wife, or I'm going to leave my husband. But there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence whatsoever. There's always an excuse though. And that person may not have even told you that they were involved with somebody else. So that's another strike against them to begin with. So that's one possibility. If you are displeased with your work situation, then this card can mean that you are trying to go it alone, leave that situation, but you have to do so in a way that is clever. You can't go in a huff and just badmouth the person or the company, because that could blow back on you. You have to figure out a way that you can leave and not let them know exactly why you're leaving, so that they don't retaliate. And, especially if the person you're working for is a narcissist who is very vindictive, maybe a person who is very reasonable, you could do that and you could tell them exactly what's going on, but you have to know who you're dealing with. And if you are dealing with, and chances are you would be dealing with a narcissist if the Three of Swords is in the middle of the reading, because that person really creates a lot of emotional upheaval in other people's lives. The outcome is the Page of Cups, and this is really an innocent card. This is a weird. Sometimes tarot decks have like weird cards, like random cards. I'm sure it means something, but sometimes it's irritating because it's like so weird that you're kind of like, okay, what is this supposed to mean? When pigs fly, there's a pig with wings. But it's an innocent card. It's all about loving with an open heart, loving, nurturing a new love or bringing love into your life, starting a heart-based business maybe. So the emphasis is on your emotions and healing and helping others rather than money and or drama, power plays, anything like that. So I'm seeing, I interpret this a lot, and I think that it's not because I'm just projecting onto these cards. I think that there are a lot of people who want to be more emotionally connected to what they do, and they don't want to do things just by rote. They don't want to just go through the motions of life. And so, yeah, that's a very hopeful card. And so, in any case, I hope that this resonated, Leo. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.